Um, Wait, Virgo, just wait. Before you scroll past this, before you decide whether this is for you, I need you to stop right here because what I am about to tell you about May 2026 and what it is carrying for you specifically is not something you want to miss. Welcome and hold on because this one is good. Out of nowhere. That is the phrase I want to start with because it is the most important phrase in this message. And I want to make sure you understand what it means. Before I tell you everything else, out of nowhere does not mean without reason. It does not mean without foundation. It does not mean that what is coming for you in May has no connection to who you are and what you have done and what you have been building. Even when the building looked like nothing, even when the effort seemed invisible, even when you were putting in and seeing nothing come back out of nowhere means you did not see this specific channel coming, this specific form, this specific timing. You did not predict this, and you could not have, because the universe, when it decides to deliver something significant, rarely uses the route you were watching. It finds its own way through the paths you were not monitoring. At the moment, you were not specifically waiting. And then, all at once, there it is, out of nowhere. But not without reason, not without everything that came before it, building it, preparing it, making it possible. I want to talk about luck because the title says luckiest person in the world, and that is a significant claim, and I do not make it lightly. What is luck? Really, when it arrives in the form I am seeing in your energy right now, for May, for this specific season of your life, it is not randomness favoring you. It is not the universe deciding on a whim that today is your day and not someone else's. It is not a cosmic lottery that happened to call your number. Real luck, the kind that changes lives, is the convergence of readiness and opportunity. It is what happens when someone has become the right version of themselves. At exactly the moment the right opportunity arrives, when the internal work, all the invisible internal work you have been doing, finally meets its external match. And the reason it looks like luck from the outside, the reason people will look at what arrives for you in May and say, wow, they got so lucky, is because they cannot see the years of building. That made the opportunity land. They can only see the arrival, not the preparation. But you will know when it lands, you will know that it was not luck, it was timing. And timing is the result of everything finally aligning. Now, let me tell you about May specifically, because I want to give you something concrete, something you can hold, something that helps you understand what to look for and how to position yourself to receive what is forming. May 2026 carries a particular energy for you. I want to describe it in the most accurate way I can. It is an energy of unlocking, like a series of doors that have been shut, not permanently, but waiting for the right key. And the key was you. Becoming a specific version of yourself that only this long and difficult and refining season could have produced. And now you are that version. And the doors, one after another, are unlocking. The financial door is unlocking. Something in the material dimension of your life is about to change in a way that changes everything else. Not just the numbers, the feeling, the way you move through your days, the choices you have access to, the version of your life that becomes possible when the financial tightness that has been coloring everything finally loosens and then releases. The opportunity door is unlocking. Something is forming that could not have existed in the previous chapter. That requires the specific skill set you have developed, the specific person you have become, the specific combination of what you know and who you know and how you move in the world that is uniquely yours, and that this opportunity was specifically shaped to need. The recognition door is unlocking. The world is preparing to see what you have been building in the background, without the spotlight, without the applause, without the external confirmation that would have told you before now that you were on the right path. The seeing is coming, and it is coming at a scale that will surprise even you. I want to speak now to something that might be making it hard to receive this message, because I know there is a part of you listening right now that wants to believe this, and another part that is being very careful about wanting to believe it. The careful part, the one that has learned to manage its own expectations, is probably saying something like, but I have been hearing that things are about to shift for a long time now, and I am still here, still waiting. What makes May different? What makes this the time? And I want to answer that not with spiritual language, with something more concrete. May is different because of what you are different. I know that sounds simple, but I mean it in the most specific way. The version of you that was hearing messages about incoming abundance a year ago is not the same version of you hearing this message today. You have changed significantly in ways that are not always visible from the inside, but that are visible from where I am looking. You have developed something in this last period, a particular capacity, a particular groundedness, a particular knowing of what you want and what you will not settle for. That did not exist at the same level before this season pressed it into you. And what arrives in May requires that capacity, was waiting for that capacity, could not have fully landed in someone who did not yet have it, because they would not have known what to do with it, would not have been able to hold it, would not have been ready. You are ready now, in the specific way that May requires. And May is responding to that readiness with everything it has been holding for you. Oh, I want to describe what being the luckiest person in the world actually feels like. Not in the abstract, in the real, lived, embodied sense. Because I think you need a preview something to orient toward. It feels like your phone ringing, or a message arriving, or a conversation beginning. And within the first few seconds, something changes in your chest. A kind of recognition: this is it. This is the thing I have been moving toward. Even when I did not know exactly what it would look like, here it is. It feels like a number, a financial number, or an opportunity to describe in concrete terms, landing in a way that makes the math of your life look completely different from the math you were living with before, and feeling not just excitement, but a deep recognition. Of course, this is what was coming. Even when I could not see it, it was always this. It feels like exhaling, a full and complete exhale, the kind your body has been waiting to do for longer than you realized it was holding. A release of the tightness that has been so familiar for so long that you had started to think it was just how being felt rather than something that was always temporary, always waiting to release. And it feels like gratitude, the overwhelmed kind, the kind that arrives not from receiving something you asked for, but from receiving something you had stopped fully letting yourself ask for because asking felt dangerous, and receiving it anyway is a kind of grace that produces something beyond happiness. That feeling is what May is bringing. For you, I want to give you something practical now, because inspiration without action is just a nice feeling. And I want you to actually receive what is coming, not just feel good about the possibility of it. Between now and May, I want you to do a few things, not complicated things, but intentional ones. The first thing is this: clear out what is not aligned, not dramatically, not all at once, but if there are things in your life right now, situations, commitments, relationships that you know are not the right fit, that are consuming energy without returning value, that are keeping you in a version of your life that has already outgrown you, begin to release them. Because what arrives in May needs space to land, and space is created by clearing. The second thing is this: say yes to things that scare you slightly, not the things that scare you in a warning way, the things that scare you in an "this is bigger than I thought I was capable of" way. The opportunities that feel slightly too large for the version of yourself you have been living as, but not too large for the version you are becoming. Say yes to those and let yourself grow into them as you go. And the third thing is the simplest and the hardest: stop managing your expectations downward. I know you have been doing it. I know it feels like protection, like if you do not want the big thing fully, you cannot be as devastated if it does not arrive. But here is what that management also does: it sends a message to everything inside you and around you that the big thing is not actually available to you, that you do not fully believe it is possible. And everything responds to that message, including the opportunities that we're forming in May. Want the big thing fully, out loud, with your whole self, because the big thing is coming. And it deserves to be received by someone who is standing with open arms not braced for disappointment. May 2026 is yours. Not in a poetic sense. In the most literal sense, this specific month, in the specific calendar year, with its specific energy and its specific alignment of conditions, is positioned to deliver something to you that will make you feel like the luckiest person in the world. And when it arrives, when it lands, when you feel that shift in your chest that says, this is it, this is the thing, out of nowhere, as promised, remember this message. Remember that you were told before the evidence arrived that it was coming, that you were ready, that the building was complete, and the delivery was only a matter of time. May, to be precise. Whew. The luckiest person in the world is about to be you, out of nowhere, as the best things always arrive, in the most unexpected form, at the most perfect time, for the most prepared person. That person is you. Go receive it.